Hi, my name is Ariel from the Children of Karma, and today I'd like to discuss Venus and Pluto aspects. I love this aspect. It's diplomatic. There's the power of seduction, and they wield it well. Okay, they're so magnetic, and you get so drawn to them, and they have this ability to make anyone feel special. They know what to say and how to look at you, how to treat you, how to behave around you that makes you feel like you're so important. But deep down, this aspect has issues themselves with self-image. This aspect can have difficulty with rejection. They just don't understand how someone can't be seduced by this power that they have. Like they're constantly testing this power of desirability that they have, and they want to see how far their partner will go for them. They want a Bonnie and Clyde kind of relationship, something intense, something dramatic, something that can really capture their emotions and take them on a ride. And the mundane, the basic day-to-day, it bores them. And sometimes you can get yourself into trouble too with relationships. They come on very intense, and say you have a long distance relationship and you have these intense feelings for this person and you want them around you, 24/7. You just want it's a strong desire for closeness with this aspect, and you can regret it later on when you do get what you want, because that desire can get what it wants. And once you do, you can regret it, because then you see that this intensity cannot be maintained. Eventually you get to that boring part of the relationship where it's just the everyday stuff, and you have to learn how to find value in that. And it reflects back to self, valuing self through your beauty, your sex appeal, through even money. You can deal with emotionally unavailable people. Even if you avoid relationships, for example, fear of trusting another person, Pluto's trust, and those wounds that we have there, and they can interfere with our ability to have a good relationship. You may avoid them altogether and then use that need to conquer, that power, use it on your friends and family instead. This aspect wants to know that this person that they're with is going to commit crimes even for them. They want a Bonnie and Clyde kind of relationship, something that no one else would do this for me, something so dramatic. Would you die for me? They want something so intense that you're willing to even break taboos just to experience this energy. And it can come from a history of childhood SA, where we, through this experience, learn that this sexual energy that we have, this feminine power that's within both men and women, that feminine power that's within to seduce. We find our bodies, we look at our bodies differently. We see that this is a power that we have, and sometimes we can put ourselves in a box because we think that's our most powerful power, and we have to wield it. And it can put us in a box where we think now, well, we are just beauty, we are just money. And that's not true, and these things can fade over time. And then what are you going to do? It's best to value those inner core qualities that we have, because these qualities will never fade. In fact, they will get stronger over time. And Pluto is about the metaphysical, about what is hidden. So finding value in what you can't be seen, those inner core qualities that you have, lean on them, because that's where our radiance comes from. Those inner core qualities, how we shine, how this aspect can make anyone feel beautiful. That comes from within. They just radiate this beautiful energy. And sometimes turn it on yourself and find value within. And these qualities that are timeless. This aspect can transform. You can transform your values. You can transform the way that you give and receive love. You can transform clothing, for example. You can use old clothing and make them new again. You can be in the beauty industry, makeup artists, make other people feel beautiful. If you work on that ability, you know, making other people feel their worth, truly feel how valuable they are, it will reflect back on you as well. This aspect has an issue of letting go, you know, trust. Sometimes we can use these powers to try to hold people in our lives because we're worried what would happen when they're gone. The truth is, we're just going to hold that anxiety within if we're imprisoning other people. Let them go, you know, let them free and see if they'll come back on their own. See if they'll come back even when they don't have to come back, when they don't have to be there. This aspect can also, even with money, there can be debts with people or establishments, and they can wait until the last minute to pay the debt just to hold on to that connection, that tie. Letting it go, Pluto, the death and rebirth of connections, Venus, it will show you the strength and the power of that connection. Is it going to come back on its own? Is it going to come back just from your own inner radiance, that you don't have to do anything just to get this person to stay with you? Trust in yourself. Trust in your own values, in those core beliefs that you have. Value you. You know, start to appreciate yourself. This aspect absolutely has that ability. And even with the difficult aspects, I always feel like this is your room of possibilities. And you can always tune into another one. You can tune into a different frequency within this room of possibilities. You don't have to be latched on to something that limits you. Thank you for joining me for this video. And I'd love to see you at thechildrenofkarma.com so we can find out your ancestral patterns and make sure that we're not repeating the patterns of the past, that we are breaking the cycle. I have other astrological chart services available on thechildrenofkarma.com, and don't forget to like the video. Bye.